Welcome back. My name is Matt. This is Hidden Light, and it is summertime. Flagstaff gets approximately 1 month where we spend a fair amount of time above 90 degrees. That's real warm for us. Even though it's Arizona, it's northern Arizona. And so I am embracing it. I am in full summertime mode. And to wit, we are going to discuss my favorite summertime camera, which is this little Reto ultra wide and slim buddy. It's cheap, it's easy, it does a great job, and you can fit it in your pocket. You can fit it in the same pouch that you carry your adult beverages in. You just scoosh that in there. It's like having a holster for your beer and for your camera. I couldn't figure out a use for these terrible old camera pouches that everybody loved in the 90s and now we hate. And it turns out that if you get the right one, it holds a beer and a camera. So basically, what I want to do is show you how great this camera is for like little summer moments. You just pull it out, snap a shot, wind it. You don't have to think about anything. The only thing you have to think about is accidentally putting your fingers in the wrong places. Because if I take that photo, even though I can see through here, the photo sucks because it's the inside of my finger. Dummies. So you just gotta watch where you hold your fingers. This is a reasonably wide angle camera, so it lets you kind of capture everybody and everything and, you know, the tones, the vibes. That's what we're into today. So I guess I'll do a little selfie because I can. Boom. The only thing I've noticed with this camera is the tendency to press the shutter like a psycho. You gotta squeeze, okay? Not slam your finger down on it. Let's go do summer stuff. Although, that being said, sitting here with the misters on in the shade, kind of just want to take a nap instead. Okay, so it's really summery today and I can't hang at the office all day. I got this jet ski and we got these camera, so we're gonna like take the vibes on the road, go do some summer stuff. Let's do it. Nice. Nice, you look good. I gotta take off my lav mic. Okay, so we are here at Flagstaff's Lake Mary to get some shots of my sick 1985 stand-up jet ski. Really, we're just here because it's really hot and I want to be in the water, and if I can get a couple of sweet shots of the boat, then great. So, and it's not even like, we'll put the boat in the water and we'll snap a couple photos of it like while it's in the water. I'm not looking for crazy art here, I just want something. Show what the cameras will do. You know, we'll do backlit, we'll do not backlit, front lit, I guess you'd call that. Stick around, have a good time. There's a cooler in the back of the truck, so worst case scenario, we spend some time here. Now I gotta prep the boat, get it in the water. Off we go. That was fun. You know, sometimes it's just about the process of using the camera and taking pictures and getting those vibes. You may have noticed during my shooting experience with this beautiful fine summer camera that I tend to hold it kind of like this, or maybe like this, or maybe a little like this. If you look at the pictures, you could really tell. Let's look at the photos that I captured on this beautiful little beast and just go through kind of the whole take from the roll and see what we see. Yeah, so here we are, starting things off real strong with my finger in the corner of the shot. Aside from that, you know, it looks like a vibe is what it looks like. Not particularly sharp. Nice little vignette in the sides and corners. You know, you can work on this a little bit. I also, for whatever reason, with this small camera, have a tendency to really just like mash on the shutter. I don't know what it is about not, like, there's no soft press release on it that I end up, like, clearly in this photo, I end up shaking the camera, which is just the dumbest. Like, it's tiny. I don't need to do that, but I do it often. And of course, it doesn't particularly shine when you're photographing things close up. You know, the plane of focus ends up being like 4 feet, 5 feet plus, not 3 feet. Like when I photographed this flower, I was, I don't know, arm's length, 3-ish feet from it, and you got to be further from stuff than that. The skateboarding stuff, though, looked pretty good. I think the shutter speed might be closer to a 60th than 1/125th. I mean, you've got good blur here. So much blur that between me being an idiot pressing the button and me moving on the skateboard, there's some strangeness. In fact, I think most of the softness in all of my photos in this roll can be attributed to the fact that I'm mashing the shutter like a moron. Like this one, where I took care to be gentle and quiet and mellow and relaxed, is probably one of the sharper shots on the roll, which is great. And then when you do this, you get your whole hand in the frame, which is just the silliest in the whole wide world. But as a selfie camera / like group photo camera, like this shot of me and Alex, chef's kiss. If we were romantically involved, we would both have copies of this and we would hang them up in our beautiful flat together. It's the cutest little thing with our tacos and our, well, my beer and his not beer. It's wide enough and surprisingly not corner distorting that you can like take half decent pictures. But if you mash on the shutter like I do, although, to be fair, in this photo, it really gets across the feeling of slamming the end of whatever number beer you are on. You know what I mean? Like if that was the end of my 9th beer, just like pounding one back. Yeah, that's about what that feels like. Shots from inside the car, I'm into it. I like doing these photos. I don't know why. It just seems like a thing. Like the wide angle lens of this camera gives you the ability to sort of see it at a similar rate that you see with your peripheral. And I like that. I think it's cool. I like the fact that the road's empty too. I'm into that. Don't mind my heinous crop here. Did a real quick and dirty crop job. So this is a great way to see the vignette. And then since we're like sort of backlit on this scenario, you're starting to see some of the flare that comes in the bottom corners. This feels super summer vibes to me, so I'm into it. But yeah. Again, same, little bit of vignette, a little bit of loss of sharpness in the corners, but in the center, it's actually pretty good. It gets the job done. Cute. It's not doing terrible things to colors, but if you, here I'm like, you know, rolling the camera across the flowers basically, and yeah, no, not sharp, terrible. what can I say? I just like photographing my fingers a lot. If you're gonna do this, that's what you're gonna get. What I really need to do is put in like a spacer here on the camera so that my fingers can't go past this point. That would probably be a smart, like instead of indenting here, you do it over here. Reto, let's talk. I photograph my fingers too much with your camera. Oh God. But when you get your fingers out of the shot, not terrible until you smash the shutter like an idiot. I wanted to get a shot like on the boat, like, but there's no way for me to really do that. And of course on a stand-up, it's not particularly stable if you're only using one hand. It's a lot of balance that goes on, and I balance poorly to begin with, so like, yeah, that's about as good as I'm gonna get with that one. There's Alex. Sharp enough. Like, I think these images at this level of sharpness would be decent for social media sharing. It's definitely got that film sort of vibe to it, that cheap plastic camera vibe to it. You get a lot of really good halo and the specular highlights. And that's without even shooting Cinestill. If I'd been shooting 800T in this, that would have been like next level specular highlight halo. As it is, it gives you that like, that summer sunglasses, like cheap sunglasses vibe. You ever like buy a cheap pair of gas station sunglasses? You get this sort of halo-y, misty, quarter pro mist vibe out of them. It works. This shot I did specifically so that you can see what the camera does when you're shooting directly into the sun. You got the halo beautifulness, and then you've got some of the shenanigans really going on the bottom and the top of the frame. Again, I don't mind it, but it's not great. You know, a little bit of distortion there, not too bad. But yeah, don't mind the colors on this. Negative Light Pro is shit in the bed. It doesn't know what to do. Get your little rainbow halo going on in the corners. Smashing shutter buttons. This is like the quintessence of this camera in the summer for me. You've got vignette, you've got rainbow shenanigans from the sunlight, you've got a sliver of your own finger in the shot, and then you've got like the summer feelings, you know? Like just what you're after, just the moment. I have very few photos of what happens when I take my little jet ski out to the lake because I'm always so involved in like the process of doing the thing. But the easier it is to take the photo, the more photos you're gonna then take. And the less you care about the camera, the less expensive it is, the easier it is for you to just like chuck it around and stuff it in your pocket or in your life jacket or wherever and just like rock and roll. Gentle. See that? Difference between that and that. That and that. That's, you gotta have small hands. I should probably just use this camera like this, honestly. Anyway, that is the Reto ultra wide and slim doing its ultra wide and slim thing. Thanks for joining me for a very silly summer video. It's warm today. Might be time to go take the boat out again. See ya.